Hello, everyone. Hope that you're having a wonderful, hot, wonderful day. Here are my recommendations for the month of October for the dog month. I apologize that I was not able to do this live again, but I have a lot of time restrictions, a lot of things right now in the air, a lot of things that I have to juggle, a lot of things that I have to figure out times to do. So I apologize, but here I am. I'm doing it for you guys again as a recording, but the most important thing is that you get the information. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do it. I know that I stopped doing the daily ones. Honestly, there is absolutely no time, even though I want to do it for you guys. I just don't have the time. So I'm definitely going to do my best to do it again, but I cannot promise you. But in the meantime, let's just take it one day at a time, 1 month at a time. So let's just get started today with the energies for the month of October. This is the October month. This is a dog month. I want to show you now what it looks like. As usual, I'm going to give you a little brief background on what this means. This is a dog, which means is the last animal, is the last month of the season of metal, which is a graveyard animal. Every graveyard animal, you're going to see it in earth tone, or you're going to see in yellow if you're using my BaZi calculator. And that is because it is the last month when that season is dying, when that element is dying. We're dying the element of metal. So the element of metal is going to die with the dog, which is why it's a graveyard animal for metal. And then we're going to give birth to the new season, which is the season of water. And that's going to be with the pig during the month of November. So just so that you know, that's why this is still the season of metal. And that's, you're going to see the dog that's in the color of an earth animal. But yes, it is a color of an earth animal, but it's represented by the season of metal. It is the last month of the season of metal. What are we going to cover today? We're going to talk about the eclipse. I'm going to give you some information about the eclipse. I'm also going to talk to you about the branches for the month. We're going to talk about the day stems. We're going to talk about day masters. We're going to talk about the best sectors allocations for your property, for you to use and in your office. We're going to talk about QiMen. We're going to talk auspicious days. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. So I hope that you guys, as usual, find this useful. Please make sure that you have your BaZi calculator. You can use mine. It's in Spanish, but it's pretty self-explanatory. As you can see, you can just scan here and it will take you directly to my page. As you can see, I have the animals are pretty self-explanatory, and then Chinese, and the colors also tell you what are the elements. So it's pretty obvious. However, you can use the Intuichi app, which is a great app also that you can download on your phone, and you can use it in the App Store and Google Play. It is great. Also gives you your BaZi calculator there. Or you can use Joey Jab's platform, which is amazing too. So either one of those is fine. Okay, either one of those is fine. Please, I'm sorry, excuse that one. It's just this is from the Spanish one. I'm gonna be doing my tour for 2024 for the wood dragon. So these are the countries that I'm gonna be, but it's in Spanish, just so that you guys know. So I'm sorry, I left that one there. And my Tung Shu also is gonna come out in a month or so, but it's in Spanish as well. So sorry that is there. Okay. So now what do you need? You need your BaZi calculator. Like I said, you need your QiMen chart. We'll talk about that later. And you need a floor plan of your property with the cardinal directions already marked there. Okay. This is the beautiful dog month. This is what it looks like. Just take a few seconds so that you can look at it, get familiar with the chart, particularly those of you that have knowledge about BaZi. So it is very important that you take a look at it and understand that first so that we can start discussing, because I think it's better when you have an understanding of what it is. That way it's best for you to absorb it. Remember that this is a month that's being born. Just like you have your own natal chart, the year has a natal chart, the month has a natal chart. So it has like a personality. It has a flavor to it, okay? So what is the strongest element this month? The strongest element is the water element, followed by the earth element, then followed by the wood element, followed by the metal element, followed by the fire element. This is a very interesting chart for many reasons. First of all, the day master, which is the earth, the yin earth, it is extremely weak. It is extremely weak. Why? Because it is born during the season of metal. This is what I meant to tell you guys, that even though you see it as an earth animal, it's really metal. So it's born during the season of metal where earth is weak. And aside from that, it doesn't have support of its resource, which is fire, because fire is all the way here at the bottom. So it has no resource. It doesn't have anything to give it power. And also it's being clashed and is clashing out. It's being clashed by the wood and is clashing out the water. So this day master has a lot to deal with. What does that mean in reality? it means that we might feel like that. We might feel like being pulled from so many directions, so many things that we have to do, so many regulations, so many things that we have to do that maybe we don't want to do, or people telling us what we have to do. So you feel like you're being pulled by all angles. I'll show you also what does that mean. Before I forget it, the month starts on October 8th during the pig hour, which is between 9 and 11 p.m. I forgot to mention that. So that is something that immediately tells me that this is going to be a month where we're going to be pulled from all directions, being pulled from all angles, right? Also, it is interesting to see that the hexagram for the year combines with the hexagram for the hour, and it also combines with the hexagram from the day. What does that mean? The way I interpret this is basically our external experiences, our external life, our external interactions has an impact on our internal lives. I see that maybe it can change or shape the way we think, or maybe this is a great month to stop and realize and say to yourself, what do I need to learn from this situation that is happening? What is it that life is trying to teach me? What is it that life is trying to tell me for me to change? And it will be for the better. If you actually do not play the victim part, but actually decide to make changes in your life, it's going to be good, because this is a heaven and earth combination with the hexagrams, which means that if you take advantage of whatever situation, negative or positive, that happens in your life, and you change for the better, you're going to have a great month. Okay, you're going to have a great month. Also, there is a lot of wealth present. The money, the wealth element is very, very strong, because it's the water element that not only is rooted and penetrated, but is also supported by the season. There's a lot of wealth. However, when there's a lot of wealth with a weekday master, that can translate into debt. Okay, because you're talking about a person, in this case is a month, that is too weak to handle the money. So that can manifest as debt or about unexpected expenses. Is there financial opportunity available? Yes, there is financial opportunity available, but not for everybody. This is for the people that are very risky, and for the people that can grab, the opportunity and just go for it. We'll see later on in QiMen and Feng Shui and see what it says, okay? Also, the rabbit here for the year, which combines with the dog for the month, is trying to combine to create fire, because this combination has the potential to create fire. However, it cannot do it because the month does not allow it to convert. So the rabbit is basically trying to convert into fire, but it can't. Also, it's basically trying to combine with the pig and bringing the goat to combine into wood, but it can't because the month doesn't allow it. Okay, what does this mean? Because I know if you're not familiar with BaZi or advanced BaZi practitioner, this probably means absolutely nothing to you. What does that mean? I have to look at the 10 gods involved in this. We have 7 killings, we have rope wealth, and we have direct wealth. What does that mean? It means a lot of spending. A lot of money, a lot of spending, a lot of you not being aware where you're spending your money. So one thing you guys need to be sure, please make sure that this month, all of us are very aware, what are we spending our money on? Where is our money going? What are those unnecessary expenses that we have that maybe we can go back on? Because the 7 killings is being pulled from direct wealth and rope wealth, which means maybe expenses that you didn't plan on, that you didn't count on, that now you're like, oh my God, I spent all this money on this vacation. I spent all this money going out with my friends. I spent all this money doing all of this. And now I don't have the finances to be able to afford that. So I want you to be aware and be responsible. I'm not saying for you to be scared. I'm not saying for you to be worried. I just want you to be financially responsible. That's it. Okay. Now, when we look at the auxiliary stars, which are right here, if you can see, they're in English as well. If you can see the auxiliary stars, it has really, really good auxiliary star. It has the Grand Duke combo, which is very beneficial. It has to do with leadership. It has to do with power. Same thing with the Emperor star. Is an amazing, beautiful, beautiful combination or star, because it has to do with you are the king, you are the emperor, you're the leader. You're going to have people and resources available to you. Obviously, because you're the king, you're the leader, you're the president, it comes with a lot of stress and it comes with a lot of responsibility. And again, I think this is what it can manifest, everything that we're talking about along with this Emperor star. So yes, we're going to have the power to change our life. We're going to have the power to be a leader. We're going to have the power to have the resources to change our life, but it can also come with a lot of stress. Maybe I don't feel that I'm ready to change my life. Maybe I don't feel that I have the resources that I need to change my life, but you need to make changes in your life. Also, the Emperor star has a little bit of an energy of maybe feeling lost or alone. But again, that comes with the territory of being the leader, being the boss, being the emperor, right? I'm sure they have felt lost and confused maybe at one point. Sky happiness was just like the name implies, it has to do with happiness. It has to do with being at the right moment at the right time and connecting with people. So that's a beautiful star. Heavenly wealth is also very, very, very good. It has to do with like money that comes to you easily and effortlessly. So that's very nice. The dragon virtue too, it is a problem-solving auxiliary star. So it's a beautiful problem-solving. So we will have the ability to have to be able to solve problems in a way that maybe you didn't know you could before. Maybe all of a sudden you have like this epiphany. You're like, oh, I know how to do this. I know how to solve it. Or I know who can help me. Maybe you cannot do it, but you have the people and the resources to help you do it, right? And with the Duke virtue, it's very good. It has to do with the energies of the month. So basically, you are the king, you're the emperor, you have the power to do everything you want. When we look at the negative ones, remember what I have said in the past. Do not focus too much on some of these negative ones, because some of these great positive ones, maybe 1 equals 4 of these negatives. So please do not focus too much on the negatives. And these are not like super, super, super strongly bad anyways, okay? Dark sky could mean maybe like natural disasters, things that happen around us that are not maybe, like typhoon, hurricanes, and natural things that could happen. Obviously, we have no control over that. We could, I wish we could, well, we can. So basically, just be aware if you're going to be going to a place, just be aware of your surroundings, okay? Brutal defeat basically means sudden changes, things that can happen and change immediately. It's a little bit violent and aggressive and volatile. So that's something that is there present. This one, disaster shot, denotes obstacles. And things that can happen also. So obstacles, but that's okay, because if you find an obstacle, you surpass it and you learn and you grow and you fix it and you keep moving. That's all that it means. Shy shot can mean people that get sick at home, particularly the older or the young people in your house can probably get sick. So just if you hear that there is something related to a flu, a cold, or a virus, and you have people with the tendency of getting sick with a weak immune system, just be aware and just help them out a little bit more. And the lonesome star, just as the name denotes, maybe you're going to feel a little bit alone, or the need to be alone. That's what it means, okay? So this is the flavor of the BaZi chart. We're going to look into later more how the QiMen helps us understand them more and how Feng Shui helps us understand them more. But first, let's look at the eclipse. The eclipse, remember, I will give you all the eclipses that are important for you to know. Not all the eclipses will have an effect in Chinese metaphysics. They may be important for one thing, but particularly for Chinese metaphysics are only the ones that I mentioned to you guys, okay? The only places that have to worry about this will be right here, where this little map is showing you. This was not created by me. Obviously, I'm giving credit right here where I got it from. So basically, it's America, and that particular part of America, I'll show you later more specifically. So basically, during that time, if your city is one of the cities that will be affected by the eclipse, I suggest please, 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 please do not be outside. Please, please, please do not look at it. Please, please, please do not be exposed to it. The classics say, that 1 minute of being exposed is a 1 year of bad luck. I have seen it happen. I don't want to test it and tell you it's right or wrong. I myself, I don't do it. I avoid at all costs. You can Google, find out your city, find out your country, find out your state, and see when it will happen, and do your best to be inside. It's not the whole day. It's just at that particular moment when it's happening. That's it. Okay, that's it. Here's a more clear view of where it's going to happen. I believe it's going to start in Oregon, right here, somewhere in here. And then it goes all the way over here. So this right here in the red, I will say in the red will be the most affected. Again, find out when, at what time. Google, you do the work. Find out in Google when it's going to be in your specific city. Here's where I got this picture from, and that's going to help you. And again, it's just during those minutes. During those minutes, try to go inside. Go inside. If you're at work, Go inside, go to the bathroom, go inside. It's a few minutes. Find a way to be indoors. That's it. Wearing a cap does not help. Wearing glasses does not help. I don't want you outside. I don't want you exposed when this is happening. Also, you know that I share with you guys every month, like the map of the world. And if you notice, look here, pay attention to this. You see where this is marking, right? Right? Pay attention to that. Now, let me show you the next image that I share with you guys every month, obviously updated based on the energies of the month. And look here, right here. Exactly. Where a big chunk of the places in the world that need to be careful. What does that mean? Everything that we're going to talk about today is going to be more intensified in this place. So do not worry about the colors. It's wherever you see, like, oh, this whole section, this whole section, this whole section, this whole section, here, 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 and here. Okay? Where all of that is present, that's where you have to, it will be more present, more present. So I want you to be aware of that. I want you to pay attention to that. It will be very present. Okay? Very, very present. So the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay? So everything that we talk about that is good is intensifying those places. Everything that we talk about that is bad is intensifying those places. So just make a note of that. Okay? That's what it means. And I don't think it's a coincidence that the eclipse is happening particularly in this area right here, which when you look at America is the one that covers the most. So just take note of that, okay? So now let's talk about more about the eclipse. What does that mean with the eclipse? On the 20th of October, 20th of April, we did that one a long time ago. We're dealing about the 14th of October. The 14th of October, I didn't post it here. I'm sorry, I forgot to do it, but I posted the monthly QiMen chart with a daily QiMen chart. Something very important to take note. This is a danger day. If you have a Feng Shui, it could be Joyce or mine, whatever Feng Shui that you have, the 14th of October is a danger day. A danger day already tells you it's not the best day to have an eclipse. Also, it's a snake day. The snake day resides in the southeast. The southeast clashes with the northwest, which is the box that we're going to analyze now because this is happening during the dog month. So we're going to analyze that. You're going to see now how, and I apologize, I forgot to put the daily chart for the 14th and the monthly chart for this month, which we'll see later on. But basically, what does this mean? It means a lot of things can come out. A lot of things will be visible. A lot of things will be known, particularly in the area of work-related things. So you have to be very careful with secrets, things that you comment, things that you do, actions that you do, that you don't want them to be revealed. So basically, if you expose yourself to the eclipse during this time, a lot of things, a lot of secrets, a lot of things that you have private, maybe that you don't want people to know, can come out. This is because right here in the northwest of the property, in the northwest of the QiMen chart, we have moon, we have pillar, we have open, which has to do with work, knowledge, knowing things coming out, people seeing. Also, let me see, do I have it here? Well, I'm going to skip a little bit just to this section, but here, this part 2, when we look at the monthly one, again, also talk about hero, scenery, and Taurus, which means your reputation can be affected by those actions. By those actions. Your reputation can be affected by those actions, and we're talking about a danger day and a day that's clashing with this palace. So basically, what is the danger of being exposed to this eclipse during this day is that things, secrets, stuff that you don't want to know about your life can come out, and those things can affect your reputation, particularly in the area of your work, in the area of your job. So please, if it's within your possibilities, try to stay indoors, try to not be outside, try to avoid all of that if you can, okay? That is my recommendation. If you believe it, great. If you know, well, okay. So now let's look at the QiMen chart for 2023. Now let's just have an idea again what we're looking at. I love this part right here. We have a beautiful formation. What does that mean? This beautiful formation is a real deception formation. What it can be, there's a lot of things, okay? There's two main things about this formation. One is, think of it this way. Think about the gods, the universe has a glitch, has an issue where you can actually infiltrate, go in and get whatever you want and make it a reality. So it's basically taking advantage of something, of a situation, using deceptive means to get what you want. So this is a magnificent, magnificent month for you to visualize and get and become real the things that you want. But I go back to what I tell you all the time. You need to know what you want. If you do not know what you want, it will be impossible for you to get it. Okay, I use an example during my video in Spanish that I say, if there is a jewelry store and the guard fell asleep and the door is open, and I say, go right now in there and get anything that you want right now, really fast. I want you to be able to say, I'm going to go inside and I'm going to grab this watch and I'm going to watch this sapphire and I'm going to leave. If you're going to go in there, I'm going to be like, let's see, what do I want? What kind of watch do I want? What kind of jewelry? Then life is going to pass you by. That's why at all moment, I want you to always be ready and know exactly what it is that you want in your life, particularly as we enter in this dog month, okay? So please promise me that you're going to make a conscious effort to know exactly what it is that you want in life. So that's one thing that we use is real deception for, which is getting and becoming real the things that we want, like getting sneaking in and getting that stuff that you want. Also, it is great for appearing less prepared, less informed, less intimidating, less prepared than you really are. So basically, it is a way to confuse your enemy, to confuse your competition. They underestimate who you are. So basically, it's not a good month for you to go out there and reveal all your tactics, reveal all your secrets, reveal all your strategies. It's better for you to appear as the underdog, and then when the time comes, you hit and are this wonderful person who's super prepared. So basically, this month says, be prepared, be ready, but do not show what you can do. Let other people think that you're not as good as you are, and they're going to underestimate. And when the time comes, you can go ahead and hit and strike and get whatever you want. And that stuff that you wanted, you can make it real. Does it make any sense? So basically, that's how I want you guys to use it this month. This is very present, very vivid, very right there, okay? Also, this combination right here, when you put ding and bing together with open door, this is great for career promotions, for being open, for people to know and see what you can do. So basically, you don't have to tell people how great you are. People are going to see your actions. People are going to see what you contribute, and then that could help you get promotions and things like that, okay? Now let's analyze the monthly chart, which is same thing that we do. It's just I like to analyze the year chart and the monthly chart. Now, in the monthly chart, it's pretty interesting because we have a thunder hexagram with traveling horse, with the structure, with harm. What does that mean? This is a lot of things moving and changing and fast and all of a sudden at the same time. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of moving. There's a lot of moving parts happening here right now. In a sector, which is the Southwest, which is very slow. So you have a very slow sector with a lot of movement, okay? So again, this can be like a lot of internal turmoil. Things within ourselves that we have to change, or maybe life is going to slap you and tell you what are the things that you need to change. Also, we have a self-punishment in here. This can denote legal issues, legal disputes, problems, but this is all caused by you because we have a punishment. This is all caused by you. Also, you have the harm door, which means actions. You're going to have the need to want to go out and do things. Just make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're out there to hunt, to get, is really what you want and you thought about before you did it. Just don't go out there crazy like a thunder and then regret everything that happened because now you're stuck in a legal issue or a legal battle. So make sure that you think before you do. Also, we have great financial opportunities for you to open up your own business, for you to open up your own store. Why? Because we have this beautiful combination here, which is very, very, very strong and powerful, producing the month. Okay, producing the month. Why is it producing the month? Because the fire produces Southwest. We have the day master of the month, which means opportunities come to us. So yes, please be aware what it is that you want in life. What does these opportunities mean? Now, do not just, like I said, don't jump immediately to the opportunity because we have hidden traps. So read, investigate, find out before you go out investing, before you go out giving your money, before you go out partnership with somebody. It might look very good. You need to think about it before you do, okay? I just want you to think. So definitely, it's okay. Now, when it comes to jobs, I believe the job industry is going to keep getting harder and harder and harder to obtain jobs. Why? Because open door is in the east, which means wood. So in and of itself, it's already very hard to obtain. Also, we have the month right here, which is a dog month, countering the jobs and the jobs countering the day master. This is a very complex situation. Jobs not available for most of the people. However, the jobs that are available for most of the people, for the people that are available, we're looking at professionals. We're looking at people that are professional, specific things that they're looking for. Very specific. And now it comes, remember the real deception that we talked about, appearing maybe not as prepared, appearing that you are the underdog. In this case, we have the real deception. And the way that I will tell you that we can use this is, if you're trying to go out there and find a job, I will tell you to do the opposite in this situation. What I would tell you is try to boost your resume, try to boost your credential, try to exaggerate it a little bit, become real deception yourself. Maybe you're not as great on PowerPoint, so just say I'm great at PowerPoint, and then figure out a way how to be great at it. So basically, the job industry is looking specifically for specific people. So if you want to find a job, you need to be that person. So for now, you might have to use a real deception and pretend to be that person until you figure out how to learn along the way. But the job market is going to be very hard, and they're specifically looking for specific people with specific skills. And if you don't have it, it will be very hard for you to get it. Okay, very hard for you to get it. Here again, we have the reputation, the name, the scenery, your name, your branding, who you are, which is why when we were talking about the clips, I said that you need to be very careful about what you say, what you communicate, because all of that can come out. And I'm going to tell you again, this is a very good combination for fame and people to know you. And also we have a fire hexagram. Again, people will see you, people will know you, but be careful what you're saying, what you communicated, that you're not becoming a gossipy person and that you're sharing people's secrets, and then you get known for the wrong reasons. Remember, being famous is being famous. Good or bad, people will know you, right? What we're trying to obtain is be famous for the right reasons. So in summary, I believe that if you're looking for a job, you need to up your skill, whether true or not. You need to up your skill. Better opportunities are for you to start thinking, exploring the possibilities of becoming your own boss. Let's say in 2024, how does it go? Figure 9, what are you thinking about doing? I'm not saying to jump immediately on it. I'm just saying I want you to start thinking about it. How does it look? Can I actually do it? Okay, that's what the QiMen chart is pretty much telling us. This month, I added something else for you, which I'm sure you guys will appreciate. I'm going to tell you if your BaZi chart is connected financially with the QiMen chart. Don't worry about how I did it. Just believe me. So right now, take your your BaZi chart. It could be mine. It could be JY's. It doesn't matter. What is it? Right here in your month stem. This one is in Spanish, but obviously it's the second pillar. If the month stem, the one on the top, do not look at anything else. Do not look at anything else. You're only going to look at right here. If right here in the month stem, you have Ren, like here, or Kui, right here, that means that you are connected financially to the wealth energy of the month for QiMen, which means you will probably have opportunities come to you. Remember what we talk about, opportunities for business opportunities coming to the month. That's going to be more so for these people that have Ren or Kui in the month. Only in the month stem. Do not look at anything else. Only the month stem. So basically, if you were born during the month that has Ren or Kui on top, basically, I want you to be aware and be on the lookout for opportunities coming to you this month. And then again, Is this what I want? What do I need to do? How can I best benefit? Let me get some financial advice to see maybe I can do this or not. So this is something that I added for you guys this month. Do not worry if you don't have rent or quite. I don't have it. I have it in the day, which doesn't count. It has to be here. We have more stuff that we're going to look into later, okay? Well, this is like a little bit extra, something extra that I wanted to add for you guys, okay? Now I wanted to give you the definition of what is a water dog. If you have a water dog, like in this case, first of all, it is this beautiful, beautiful picture, as you can see right here. This is a water dog. This is a very, very, very powerful pillar. This is Bill Gates. This is Jack Ma. This is very powerful people. So if you have this, or your kids have it, your grandkids have it, your nieces and your nephew have it, I think it is very important that you teach them how does money work, how to become an entrepreneur, how to deal with finances, to understand money, to understand a job, to understand an industry, because it has an amazing, amazing ability to become wealthy and powerful in the future. So please take note of that. Okay, so this is a lake that is full of salt and minerals that is not suitable for life to flourish. This is a destroyer of old and past things that are no longer serve a purpose. Doesn't like quay, doesn't like water, because the water, again, water covers it, doesn't like it. It is meant to help people and must learn how to do business. Like I told you, if you were born, or if you have this anywhere in your chart, you were meant to help people and you were meant to learn how to do business. This person can be very private, doesn't like to share a lot of public things. He or she is not meant to have a long relationship because he's always moving for the next or looking for the next opportunity. This person could be a little bit draining on their spouse, as they could be emotionally high maintenance, because he's always thinking of the next step, of the next business, or the next adventure that I can have. He's always moving. It's a good day to take well, don't worry about it. This is for the selection. You can ignore that one. In his or her heart and mind, this person is principled and righteous. So basically, whatever they're fighting for, whatever they're trying to do, is because they honestly, in their heart of hearts, believe it is the right thing to do. Has a great ability to see and experience things directly. His or her ability allows him or her to see into the future, have a great ability to see what can happen, speaks his or her mind and the truth clearly and quickly, will not waste time. His or her direct nature is evident in both words and action. I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and do it. Period. That's it. He's extremely intelligent and sensitive. This person is also talented in financial matters. We have Ren Water right here, which is sitting in 7 killings, and which means it always knows what is the threat that's out there. They show this constant drive and aggressiveness towards getting things done. They will do whatever it takes to get things done. It seems that they owe the world something that they have to deliver. They think that they have this massive responsibility that they have put on themselves, that they have to be good and that they have to deliver to the world. Okay, so also have direct wealth right here, and also have a direct resource right here that gives them a lot of knowledge to be able to know how how things work. They have a lot of resources and opportunities, and they will always try and do their best to obtain everything that they want. So basically, if you have this water dog in your chart, you have some of those abilities. If you were born on a water dog year, these are the attributes or the characteristics that maybe that you have when you're dealing with your friends, or maybe how your friends perceive you, your external world perceives you, is your most outer external personality. If you have it in the month, maybe this is how you portray yourself at work. Maybe this is how your colleagues see you, how your boss sees you, how your industry sees you, or basically how your mentalities when it comes to money making. Okay, if you have it in the day, if you were born in the water dog, then that's really who you are. That is your personality. Maybe that is how your spouse sees you. If I ask your spouse to describe you, maybe that's how he or she will describe you. Okay, if you have it in that hour, that's how your kids see you. That's how your employee sees you. But that's also how your mentality, your goals, your vision, everything that is born from you is. If you're going through a 10-year cycle of a water dog, then during this year, you're going to have those characteristics. During those 10 years, you will have those characteristics. And also you will encounter a lot of people with similar characteristics. So basically all of that characteristics depends on where do you have it in your natal chart. Okay. Also remember, this is very general. You will have to look at own chart and see the strength of the dog, if it's being clashed, combined. There's a lot of things you have to look at it, but generally speaking, that's what it is, okay? The hexagram that we have here, it is the meeting hexagram. It's beautiful. We have Kun down here, and we have Dui right here. This is Dui and this is Kun. And basically it says gain strength through unity. Although this hexagram talks about wonderful things, the emphasis is on working to make things good happen. Okay, without planning and organization, don't expect good fortune to fall into your lap. It is a sign of gathering and submitting to the authority of others. Basically what I talked about before. You cannot just expect things to happen. You cannot just know what you're going to want. You cannot expect life to bring you what you want if you don't know what you want. So basically it means make sure that you're prepared and make sure that you have the tools that you need to be able to obtain and get the stuff that you want. So that the meeting of the minds, the meeting of the energies, the meeting of the people can gather together and give you what you want. But that's only going to happen after you know what you want. So basically it's meeting, it's reunion, it's uniting together. What is uniting together? What I want with the vibration of the energies of the month. Okay, but if one of them are not aligned, it's not going to happen. So we start again with you need to know exactly what it is that you want. Let's continue. Every month I give you guys what are the special pillars of the month. So basically if you have any of this, please ignore the 10 gods, which are these little initials right here. All those initials, please ignore them. If you have any of this, that means that you are connected, you are aligned with the month, which is great. Okay, so just look through this. And if you find that you have 1, 2, or 3, that means that this is a month that is aligned to you. Aligned to what? Well, I'm going to give you again a brief description. If you have any of this in the year, that means that this is a month for you to go out there, network, meet people, connect with people, everything that has to do with social media. I want you everywhere. If you have it in the month, any of those, you have it in the month, you were born in one of those month, then I want you at work, becoming better, talking, showing your skills, showing what you can do, get there early, live their life, late, offer your opinion, offer solution, do something different. If it's during the day, if you were born during the day, one of those, then basically yourself is connected, your relationship, your romantic relationship, and you, who you are, has like an affinity with the month. If you have it in the hour, if you were born in one of those hours, then your thoughts, your goals, your mind are aligned to whatever it is that you want. So if you have it for the 10-year cycle, that means that you're going to be surrounded with people that know what they want and that have affinity with the month. So look at all of these pillars and see if you have any. I don't have any. Particularly the best ones are these 4. These 4 are the best because they have a heaven and earth combination. Okay, so any of those that you have is fine. But if you have particular any of the ones with the frame is even better. Now remember, depending where you have it, let's assume if you have this one in the month, so this is a month that I want you to focus on your career, focus on making money, focus on being the best at your job. If you have it in your day, say it is the best month for you to become the best version of yourself, the best husband, the best wife, the best spouse, the best anything. Focus on yourself and becoming better for your partner. So depending where you have it, it will benefit you, okay? So that's that one. Let's keep going. Here, I give you guys every month what the dog represents. The dog is one of those animals that have very little stars when it has to do with that. Like for instance, the dog is a nobleman Tai Chi or Tai Chi nobleman. Basically, if you have it, if the dog is your nobleman Tai Chi, what does that mean? It is a great month for you to have a spiritual connection. I suggest if the dog is your nobleman Tai Chi, please make sure that this month you connect spirituality, you find a way to do some sort of meditation, you find a way to connect with a higher being, you do a lot of priming with QiMen, whatever it is that you think that you can do to connect you with a higher energy, please do. The dog has death and emptiness. If you have dog in death and emptiness, that means it could be many things, but one of them is everything we talked about here. Everything we're talking about here for the month of the dog is reduced a bit for you. You don't get the full benefit, you don't get the full effect negatively. Either way, it's not reduced. It's not a full for you. Also, if the dog is your death and emptiness, it could mean that everything that we're talking about here, either way, doesn't affect you. You're like, yeah, I understand what Paola's saying. I get it, but I'll be fine. You know, I don't really buy it. Whatever it is, like you think and you assume that you're going to be okay. So do not worry. That's how you will see it. If it is your celestial doctor, or if it's your distinction star, I would suggest please ignore. Why? As I mentioned before, this is additional information that I have for my advanced students. Why? The heavenly doctor means that it's a good month for you to have medical procedures, because you're being watched by the heavenly gods. However, it's not that simple. You still have to look an entire chart to know if this is the month for you to do. I will not tell you, oh, the dog is your heavenly doctor, so go ahead and have surgery this month. Not at all. Not at all. You need to make sure that that chart of that person is okay to have medical proceedings during this month, and look at the feng shui of the house. So basically, this is like an additional step, an additional information for people that do date selection. So basically, if you're a beginner, please ignore. And if you're an advanced BaZi practitioner or date selection practitioner, then you know how to use it. So please ignore that part. Okay. So the most important thing is that the dog is a nobleman Tai Chi. So basically, if it's your nobleman Tai Chi, try to have a spiritual connection. Try to combine with a divine force, with a divine source, if you can. Okay, so now let's continue with BaZi. Okay, if you have rabbit in your chart, it is a combination with the month, which is great. So all of you that have rabbit in your chart, this is a great month for you to go out there, meet people, socialize. I want people to know who you are. This is not a month for you to sit back and relax and take a sabbatical. No, this is a month for you to be out there doing, particularly if you have a fire rabbit. Because the fire rabbit is a heaven and earth combination with the pillar that we have this month. So all the rabbits, great. All the rabbits, particularly the fire rabbit. Okay? So all the rabbits, great, amazing. I want you out there connecting, networking with people, social media, perfect. Particularly my fire rabbits. That is great for you guys this month, so please take note of that. Also, the same thing that I just explained for the rabbit applies for the horse and the tiger. If you have horse and or tiger, you don't have to have both. You don't have to have both. If you have both, great, but you don't have to have both. Then you have a trilogy. You have 3 animals that combine together, and that is good. So same thing. If you have horse or tiger, then this is a good month for you to go out there and socialize. I have horse, I don't have tiger, but we all have a dog. I think we all agree that we all have a dog this month. The dog is coming to visit all of us. So I don't have a dog in my chart, but this month I do, because we all do, plus my hour, because I was born in a horse hour. So now I have this too, which means, again, it is a good month for me to socialize and connect with people. Same thing, if you have a tiger and you don't have a dog, same thing, great for you to go out there and socialize and connect with people. If you have them both, amazing, great. Okay, amazing and great. If you have the dog, the horse only, and you are a little bit advanced and you want to find the tiger, all you have to do is use the northwest tree of your property, which is where the rabbit resides. I'm sorry, the tiger resides. Or you can use the tiger hour, or you can use the tiger days, and then that combines. Okay, the other way around. If you have tiger and you don't have horse, you can use the south two of your property, which is when the horse resides. And you can use the horse hour, which is between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., or you can use the horse days, and that way you combine all 3. But that's more advanced, okay? That's more advanced. If you just have one, you're good. Now, same thing I just said about these 2 is the same thing we're going to say about these 2, the monkey and the rooster. The monkey and the rooster. If you have monkey and if you have rooster, this is a great month for you to connect, for you to socialize, for you to go out there, for people to meet you, for you to meet people. This is great, 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 great month for you to do that. All of them are metal animals. We're in the metal season. It's almost over. So please take advantage of that. Definitely take advantage of that. Okay, now let's do the afflictions. If you have a dragon, we'll talk about now the Fan Yin, but if you have a dragon, this is a month that's going to represent some changes in your life. Please understand, by changes, I don't mean specifically something negative. It's just changes. If you have it in the year, then changes regarding to your country, moving, in industry, social media, friends, network. If it's in the month, it could be something related to your job, your career, your parents. If it's in the day, it could be something related to you personally. It could be related to your health. It could be related to your spouse, your relationship. Maybe I'm single and I find somebody. Maybe I have somebody and I want to separate. I'm having some issues and I need to work with. And if you have it in your hour, it could be with your children. Maybe you get pregnant. Maybe your children move away. It could be also a change of your thoughts, of your goals and your visions and what you want. So it depends where you have it. If you have it within the 10-year cycle, it could be a lot of people around you are changing, okay? A lot of people around you are changing. So basically what I suggest, if you have a dragon, I have a dragon in my year, particularly Feng, then I want you to be the one making changes. You make a change in that aspect of your life where you have the dragon. You do the changes so that life doesn't do it for you, okay? That's how it works. If you have a rooster, this month has a harm with the rooster, okay? It has a harm, and we remember that we talked before that it has a combination, but it also has a harm. What does that mean? Rooster people, you listen to me. You might feel more sensitive, more emotional this month. Things bother you more this month. You're more affected this month. And we're going to see in Feng Shui too, because where the rooster resides, which is in the West, we have a 6-2 combo with the center, which is like a boss or like mom and dad fighting with kids or putting pressure, trying to control you. So you might feel very overwhelmed. You might feel like a lot on your plate, and you're going to feel emotional about it. Now, this is where you need to listen to me, and this is the important part. You have to be very careful how you react to that. This is why. You have a harm this month. Next year, you're going to combine and be friends with the dragon of 2024, which means you will be friends with the boss. You will be friends with the Grand Duke. You will be friends with the Emperor. You'll be friends with the President. So your actions today, your actions this month can hinder and mess up your opportunities next year. Your actions, how you overreact, how you were too emotional this month can cost your job next year, can cost a promotion next year. Hey, do you know this person? Yeah, but I remember him, super emotional, blew a whole situation out of proportion. That person has no self-control. That's what people are going to say about you next year. And you will not get the promotion. You will not get to sit beside the boss, which I mean the year, right? So be very careful how you think, how you react to things. Stop, think, breathe, then react. Listen to me. You will remember me this month, okay? And life will test you and will put you in situations where you're going to have to do that. Also, if you have a goat, the goat has a destruction with the month, which means sudden changes, things that finish fast. So let's take advantage of that ourselves. If you have goat in your chart, finish an addiction, finish smoking, finish the laziness and start working out, finish the laziness and start cooking your meals and preparing healthy meals, finish then being unemployed and go out there and find something, destroy something in your life. It can be a new beginning. It can be a transformation. Begin that spiritual journey that you always wanted to do. Begin the process of exploring the possibilities of a new employment, of a new venture, because by beginning something, you're ending something. For you to begin something, you have to end something. Please ignore here this 10 gods. It's just, you can ignore that, okay? So then that's what that means. Now, when we look at the Fan Yin and Fu Yin, what is Fu Yin? Fu Yin is if you have, look at your chart right now, if you have a water dog, not just any dog, water dog, it has to look like this. Doesn't have to have these 10 gods right here. It can be different. You can ignore this part. But it has to have a dog. It has to say she right here. And it has to say Ren. If you have this water dog, that means that you have a Fu Yin with the month. What does that mean? It could mean that expected events happen. And usually they have a sad connotation to it. It could be somebody that was sick and you were expected for them to pass and they pass. It could be your employment that's terminated, but you kind of knew because you heard rumors about it and people were talking about it. It's not news to you. It's not your relationship has been hard and struggling for the last few weeks, the last few months, and finally it's the end. But this is something that is not surprising to you. This is something that you kind of saw coming, okay? Now, Fan Yin will be these two right here. Fan Yin will be this two right here. This is the real Fan Yin. This is a heaven and earth clash, but let's just call them Fan Yin, both of them. This is if you have a dragon, a fire dragon, or if you have a or if you have an earth dragon, then these are sudden, fast, unexpected events. Sudden, fast, unexpected events. The key here is unexpected. You didn't know for them to happen. This doesn't necessarily mean sad. Fu Yin is usually sad. Fan Yin, not necessarily. This could be that you expected to have a promotion to become the store manager, but you ended up being the regional manager. You expected a 10% increase, you got a 15% increase. That's unexpected and it's good. Now, it could be the other way. Maybe you expected to be the regional manager and you were just promoted to the store manager. Maybe you expected a 15% raise and ended up being a 10% raise. So it could go either way, either way. What I want to make sure that you do, which either way it goes, find the good, find the perfect. If you don't like it, how can I change? What can I do to better myself in whatever the situation it is? Okay. Also, a lot of people get very confused and get very scared when we talk about Fu Yin and death and everything like that. Something that I want you guys all to remember is the following. Death is inevitable. I mean, we are going to die. Our relatives are going to die. Newsflash. This is going to happen. Suffering is voluntary. Is you have a pain, you feel, you move on. Okay, our parents are supposed to pass away. Our grandparents are supposed to pass away. So if this sad event, obviously, very sad event happens, I want you to accept it. I want you to mourn it. I want you to feel it. I want you to take your time. I want you to internalize it. I want you to analyze it. And then I want you to move on. Life goes on. Then I need you to move on. I don't want you to get stuck in there. The problem with Fu Yin sometimes with some people is that they get stuck in the emotions of those sad events and cannot move on. So I need to make sure that in whatever sad event happens, if it happens, you accept it, you deal with it, you mourn, you feel, you become, you let go, and you move on. Okay? Please promise me that. Now let's talk about the Day Masters. The Day Masters. So look at your natal, your QiMen, your BaZi chart right here. Identify your Day Master. If you have any other one that's not mine, you look at your day, which is the third column, 1, 2, 3, and you're gonna look right here on top. Only here. Don't look at anything else. You're gonna see a Chinese word right here. In this case, is Bing. Okay, so look at yours. Look at yours and see what it is. Identify it. And now I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm doing things a little bit different this month. Remember how usually every month I put here a lot of information. I decided to take it out because I know it could be confusing for some people. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you what the energies is combined. So I'm going to do the work for you, okay? So just basically just follow, just listen to me, and that's it. So if you're a Bing Day Master, you have a beautiful combination because you have 7 killings and eating God. You have the ability. Eating God is working creatively, being very creative, being an innovator, working behind the scenes. And the 7 killings is the person that go out and does and hunts and get things going. So basically, this is a great ability for problem solving in a way that's innovative, different, and non-conventional. Finding solutions to problems in a non-conventional way. So you have the ability to think outside of the box, and create things that other people cannot. Where everybody's trying to do it this way, how about we do it this way? So you have that power, and that is wonderful, a wonderful tool in the business world. So basically, Bing people, you have that. Ding, now you have direct officer and herding officers. This is a confusing time for Ding people. This is why. Direct officer is the one that's very proper, very correct, that follow the rules, right? Obviously, direct officer is a military person, very correct. The herding officer is completely the opposite. The herding officer is the person that communicates, speaks, and say things the way they are. There's no filter. So imagine, Ding, you now, you're going to be caught in a month between a rock and a hard place, which means doing and saying the right thing, but feeling another. Or maybe you feel obligated by your job, society, family, traditions, whatever it is, to do A, but what you really think and feel is B. So maybe finding a middle ground between those two will be very hard for you, maybe this month. You want to obey, you want to follow, you want to do a direct officer thing, but at the same time, you want to criticize and say otherwise. Now, I leave that up to you, what you decide to do with that information. It is also great for you to communicate rules, express rules and regulations and the way things are, but something internal in you is going to want to do things different, okay? Now, my woo people, my earth people, listen to me, my earth people. You're earth, you're a beautiful mountain, you're earth. Your natural instinct is to help and to mother, right? Now, you have indirect wealth with friend. What does that mean? This means maybe a lot of people or group of people working together trying to obtain a new goal or a new project, launch a project. However, you need to be careful that you, being the earth that you are, being the mountain that you are, being the wonderful that you are, do not get stuck doing all the work. Okay? Do not get stuck doing all the work, because you have the natural ability to want to help people, to want to do what's best for everybody. And maybe I call you and I say, oh, you know what, Maria, this month, I'm really busy. My car broke down. My kids are, can you please take the slack from me? And you're like, oh, yes, I'll do it. No. Well, can you find a way for somebody else to help you? We need to have this done. Do not put so much on your plate that you cannot then do your part. Okay, you tend to do that, earth. You tend to do that because you're earth, you're a mountain. You want to help everybody. You want to give everybody. You have so many minerals and things that you have within you that you want to help. So make sure that, yes, everything is perfect, but make sure that everybody is very clear what is the job task of every person. Okay, now yin earth, okay, direct wealth and root wealth. This is like the little definition of overspending, or spending money or losing money. Yin earth, you have to be very careful what you spend your money on. I want you thinking before you spend. Be smart about it. This is not the month for you to be throwing money away. No, you can have unexpected expenses that you weren't counting on. You can have a dragon in your month and lose your job, or have a demotion and now you don't have as much money as you thought you were going to have. So basically, I need you to think and think and think before you spend. Also, be careful being the one that pays for everybody. When we go out to dinner, I pay. We go to Starbucks, I pay. We go to the movies, I pay. No. You pay for your part and everybody else pay for theirs. Okay? Again, if you are a Yan Meadow, eating God is knowledge, is learning, not so much communicating, but learning, right? Being creative. And indirect wealth has to do, first of all, being connected with your spiritual part. So basically this month, I want you to connect spiritually. I want you to find a way to learn about QiMen, about yoga, about meditations, about doing mantras. I want you to learn how to do this. You don't have to tell the world that you're doing it because it's eating God. You don't have to tell the world that you're doing it, but I want you to learn how to do it too. Also, if you remember, I don't want to go back to the month chart, but if you remember, the fire element that was very weak was indirect resources. I'm sorry. The fire element was indirect resource, which means I would like, if you're again day master, for you to learn how to do technology, learn AI, learn anything that has to do with the technology industry, because this month, fire is represented by indirect resource and you have it with you. So please make sure that is for you to learn how to do all of that. Okay? My sin day master, we have herding officer, I should have, sorry, this is supposed to be direct resource. This is communicating your thoughts, your ideas, your knowledge. Communicate, speak, tell the world what you know. Tell the world what you learn. Tell the world how you can help them. Communicate my product, what I'm selling, what I can cook, how it can benefit you. It is great for you to do promotions. It is great for you to do advertising. But the key thing is direct resource means you need to know, have the intelligence to be able to communicate and tell people what it is. So it's great for teaching, but for you to teach something, you have to know something. Okay? So make sure you know before you communicate. Ren. Oh, my Ren. Friend and 7 killings. This is friends, literally friends, and this is fighting, going out there and doing. It could have a lot of meanings. It could be you're fighting your friend's battles. That does not belong to you, so be careful with that. Not every fight needs to be fought. Not every friend wants you to help them. Do not take things personal. It's not your fight to fight. You might feel that you're carrying the weight of the world because you want to be the 7 killings. You want to be the warrior for the world. You want to be the warrior for your friends, for your colleagues. What I'm telling you is you don't have to do that. You don't have to. Now, if a friend wants you to help them, you help them. Because what could happen, Ren? If you start helping people that are not asking you for help, or you're over involved in that person's life, you might end up losing that friend. Because you wanted to help the friend that maybe didn't want you to go that far, and now they're in a fight with you. How many of you can identify with that? That happens a lot. We try to defend our friend, our girlfriend with her boyfriend. At the end of the day, she's back with her boyfriend and doesn't talk to you anymore. That happens. So basically, keep your nose out of other people's businesses. That's what I'm saying. Unless they ask you for help, nothing. You stay quiet. And it's not your responsibility to carry the burden, okay? It's not. Quiet Day Masters, you have rope wealth and you have direct resource and direct officers. This is obviously other people socializing, and this is direct officers, everything correct. So this could be criticism. This could be you criticizing or judgy, being very judgy about other people. I mean, I'm not going to say it's good or bad. It's good if your job is to criticize. If you have if that's your job to be a critic, then this is amazing. To write a news column about what you think about something, this is amazing if that is your job. If it's not your job, be careful. Don't be too judgy. Don't be too critical of other people. Be observant. That's okay for you to observe, but be careful how you communicate, how you express your feelings with other people. Just be careful. That's all. That's all. If you're a young Wood Day Master, you have indirect resource and you have indirect wealth. Okay. This is how this means. There's opportunities out there that you're going to feel that you want to explore. There's opportunities available because it's the indirect wealth and indirect resources. You're going to feel the need to explore. You're going to feel the need to find out and investigate. Maybe I do want to open up my own business. Maybe I do want to open up my own restaurant. Maybe I do want to open up my own YouTube channel. Maybe I do. Maybe you Day Masters, young Wood Day Masters, are going to start having this need to learn how to do things or how to explore new money-making abilities. I'm not saying specifically to do it because you're very weak during this month. Okay, you're very weak. Even though the water element is very strong that produces you and you're young, you can do it, but you're still in the season of metal. So basically, what I want you to do is, yes, keep doing that. Keep thinking what I want. Keep thinking of what options do I have out there. What plans maybe I want to explore further. What areas of industry I want to look into later. That's something that I want you to let the thoughts flow in your head. Okay, let the thoughts flow in your head. If you are a Yingwood Day Master, you have direct resource and you have direct wealth. Okay, this is very important for the Yingwood Day Masters. I need you this month for you to learn everything you can learn about money. Why money? Because we have direct wealth. You need to learn how a business works, how a profit and loss statement works, how marketing costs work, what it costs to run a business, what it costs to have an employee, what it costs to pay taxes, what it costs to file taxes. I need you to learn everything you need to learn about a business. Why? Because next year, you're going to have rope wealth. Next year, we have a wood dragon, which is your rope wealth. Rope wealth means other people are going to be out there trying to do the same thing that you're doing. We can say maybe like competition. Or maybe you have to put a lot of money and spend a lot of money from your money to do things. Basically, if you do that now and you learn and you figure out how the money system works in a business, it's not going to catch you by surprise and you can prepare for that. Also, since there will be a lot of competition, first of all, period 9 will be all about competition, particularly for you next month, personally next year. So basically, this is the month for you to start thinking, how can I better myself in my job? The people that do great financially in my industry, let me study and see how they do it. Why are they doing so well financially? Let me figure out how they're doing it, and let me copy that, not to copy what they're doing, but let me copy the system that I may be using financially, and let me explore that and see how I can do what? Better it later. Particularly you guys, because you guys have Rob Wealth next year, okay? So that's what I wanted to tell you guys about the Day Masters. I hope that information helps, and I hope that you guys like the format that I just gave you, okay? All right, now let's talk about Feng Shui. Feng Shui, we have star 9 flies into the center and meets star 4. This is a beautiful hit-to combination. Don't worry if you don't know what that means. It's basically a good combination. It's something good, believe me. Okay, so now, as usual, I'm going to let you know the following. Feng Shui means you're going to put yourself in the best sectors of your property. You're going to do whatever it takes. You don't have to move your bed. You don't have to move your office. Take your laptop, take your phone, and go sit over there. It could be the bathroom. It could be the toilet, and sit on the toilet. It could be the kitchen, sit on the kitchen. It could be your bed, and sit on the bed. Whatever it is that you need to do to get the job done. So I want you this month, the first thing you're going to do is, what do I want to get this month? What are my goals? What do I want to obtain this month? Then based on that, you're going to go sit in those places, okay? It doesn't have to be the whole day. It could be a few hours. It could be a few minutes doing the actions involved with them. If you want to make money, you do nothing sleeping in that section, in that sector, nothing. If you want to make money, you have to work from that sector. Call, email, plan, investigate, strategize. That's what you need to do. Your actions need to match. If you want to get good grades on a test, oh, Pao, can I sleep in that sector? Well, you can sleep in there, but that's not going to help you get good grades. What are you supposed to do in that sector? Study in that sector. Your actions have to match the vibration or the chi that is present in that sector for it to work. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. You do nothing sleeping in a sector that has wealth. Nothing, okay? Because sleeping, you're not going to make money. Okay, so these are the monthly afflictions. These are the monthly afflictions. What does that mean? You can use these sectors. What I do not want is a lot of what? Hammering, drilling, digging, a lot of movements. I don't want movements where? In the east too, which is the 15 degrees right here with the gravity is at, the whole west, because we have the annual 3 killings, the whole northwest, because we have the annual 5, plus the monthly Grand Duke, or the, you know which one I forgot to put here? I forgot to put it here. You know what? I forgot to mark this one. This one, not here either, because this is the one that clashes the Grand Duke. The southeast one either, or the whole north sectors, because it has star 5. So basically, none of these sectors, in addition to this one, I apologize, in addition to this one, you can do any sort of movement, drilling, digging. Again, you can use it. Just please do not put a lot of movement in those sectors. That's all. Okay, so now, like every month, let's do this part. Remember, I already told you that you need to identify what it is that you want in life, what sectors do you want to use based on the actions that you want. I'm going to briefly explain this really quick. What does this mean? When I speak about a specific sector, I'm just going to use the southeast. The southeast means if you are a Gua 4, if you were born in the month, if you were born in the year of the dragon or the year of the snake, what I'm going to say belongs to you. You're walking around with that energy, whether you use the southeast or you don't. You have that. You personally have it. You're walking with it. Now, for those people that are not Agua 4, that were not born in the snake, that were not born in the dragon year, you will have the energy that I'm going to describe now if you're using that sector. If you're spending a lot of time in the southeast, if you have your door in the southeast, then you're going to have that energy, okay? So and what does that mean? If you want that energy, then you go. If you don't want that energy, you move away and use others. Maybe you don't like the southeast. I'm just going to say, maybe you don't like the southeast, but that's your door. You cannot move your door. You have to come in and out. Okay, well, what does that mean? Then you use the other sectors a lot. That's it. That's all that it means, okay? So basically, Let's start with the Southeast. The Southeast has a beautiful He2 combination, as you can see right here. And this He2 combination, it's a combination with wood. And it's in the wood sector. Wood usually means growth, improvement, becoming better at something. And star 4, which is the one that resides here, it is great for academics. So basically, in my opinion, this is a great sectors for academics pursue, to learn, to study, also to put effort and getting new opportunities, open new opportunities in your life, getting a side gig, great for increased sales and hard work. You need to work in order to get it, but this is a great sector if this is what you want. If you're a dragon, if you're a snake, or if you're a guafor, you're already working with that. Also, if you're new, I put sunflowers in the sectors that I believe are the best, but you're going to use the one that you need, okay? Now the South, I'm talking to my Gua 9s. I'm talking to my people that were born in the horse year, and or the people that are using the South. Or if this is what you want, then you're going to go here. This is He2 combination. The South, because it has a 9-2 combination. So this is a He2 combination. So it is great for teaching. It is great for being charming. It is great for people to being attracted to you, for people liking you, for people understanding you, for you to have the knowledge, for become an influential person. Remember, people like you, people follow you, people are attracted to you because of what you know. So yes, you need to become or portray a person that's knowledgeable, or that you have a unique knowledge or unique ability. Unique knowledge or unique ability. And since it's a He2 combination, it is a beautiful sector for you to use. And the 1-9s and the horses are just walking with that information or with that energy, okay? Now, the Southwest, I'm talking to my goat year people, my monkey year people, and my Gua 2, or if you're a man, that's a Gua 5, I'm talking to you. Okay, so this is a He2 combination, a beautiful He2 combination, because this is water. These are into water. Water, if you know a little bit about Chinese metaphysics, has to do with noble people. It has to do with wisdom. It has to do with connection. So the Southwest, it is a great sector for you to connect with people, for noble people to help you. It is also a great sector for you to become indispensable, for you to maintain your job. Maybe you have a dragon in your month and you want to keep that job, maybe using the Southwest sector of your property, the Southwest sector of your office might be the best thing for you to do. Also, 6, I love it for health. So I think the Southwest, it is a great sector for you to use if you're not doing well health-wise. So basically, the Southwest is a place that you can go sleep. It's a place that you can go relax for health. But if what you want to do is become indispensable, sleeping there is not going to do it. Then I want you to work from there, make calls from there, submit projects from there, send emails from there, sit in the Southwest sector of your office, and then that's going to help you become indispensable, maintain your job, and give you some stability, okay? That west of your property, and my roosters and Gua 7, remember when we were talking about the roosters having the harm energy? Remember that I told you guys, and that we were going to see later in Feng Shui? Well, this is what we're talking about. The rooster obviously lives in the west, and in the west, we have this energy that comes and visits. This is the head of, this is the boss. This is the man of the house. This could be your dad. This could be your grandfather. This could be the head of the president, right? Now, 2, it's usually the yin part. It could be your mom, it could be your grandma, it could be a female boss, it could be a woman of authority, it could be your mother-in-law, it could be a woman of a higher authority. When these 2 combine in here, particularly, because the Gua 7 is a child, particularly a young girl, you might feel attacked, controlled, bullied, people telling you what to do, maybe people collaborating against you. Again, you might feel, remember that you have the harm. I'm saying because you have a harm. So you might feel all of this. It could be happening. I'm not lying. It could be happening, but you're going to feel it 10 times worse. Maybe mom and dad always tell you what to do. Maybe your bosses always tell you what to do, but this month it bothers you more. It bothers you more than usual. So basically, it's not a great sector to use if you don't want to feel a lot of pressure. Also, not a great sector to use for health. So if you have health issues, I prefer you don't use this sector. It is a combination, it's a hit to combination, so it's a good combination right here. But I prefer you do not use it if you have health issues, okay? The Northwest is definitely interesting. I'm talking to the Northwest, I'm talking to my WA6, I'm talking to my pig year, and I'm talking to my dog year. Okay, star one with the here is a hit to combination, which is a nice combination. One is wisdom, is helpful people, is noble people, is starting a new job, is starting a new business, is people helping you out, which is great and is very strong. It's in a hit to combination, is supported by the palace, is great. However, we cannot forget that we have star five. Star five is like the volatile, the little bully, the person that can come and cause problems. So this is a place, a combination, a formation that can turn things volatile very fast. Maybe the noble people that were helping you all of a sudden become your enemies, or they were not who you thought they were going to be. Or maybe those opportunities of starting new jobs, new businesses was not what you thought it was. And now you're hurt and now you're left with nothing. It is a very dangerous combination. It's a very dangerous combination. So be very careful, okay? Be very careful to use it. I prefer you don't use it. If you can avoid it. And again, it could be your kitchen is in the Northwest. You cannot avoid cooking. It could be your door is in the Northwest. You cannot coming in and out of your door. Okay, what do? Then make sure that you use any of this that I told you that I could. So yes, you have to use this because you have to. Okay, then also use the good ones, and that creates a balance. See what I'm saying? But try to not only use this and this and this and the negative one, because then that's too much already. Okay, that's too much. Now the North people, which are my Gua ones and my rat year people, and the north of your property, it's a very interesting because this is a hit to combination. I'm sorry, it's a combination of 10, the one and the one. It's a combination of 10, which is very nice. But let me tell you what's happening in this palace. This is the north, which is water. We're in the meadow season, so this palace is very strong. This palace, the north, is trying to combine, it's a combination of 10 with the fire, which it also destroys. The fire produces the 5 that's coming to visit, which makes it very strong, and the 5 counters the 1. So this is like a vicious cycle. What does that mean in real life? It could be a lot of things happening at the same time. A lot of things happening at the same time. It could be one of those months you're like, what happened? This person got divorced, this person lost their job. What's happening in the world? It could be happening to you, it could be happening around you, or you are feeling everything and nothing at once. One day you love your husband, one day you hate your husband, one day you want to be an attorney, one day you hate being an attorney. So there's a lot of things happening at the same time, a lot of things. So I again say that this is not the best sectors to use if you can avoid it. This is my kitchen. I have my kitchen in the north. My son is a Gua 1. My son was born in the right year, okay? So basically, the north is not the best sectors to use. He doesn't live with me, he's in Germany, but definitely you have to be very careful. But it represents a lot of turmoil, a lot of things happening all at once. And simply so that you guys know, I told the story in the Spanish video that I did earlier. My son, like I said, he's a Gua 1. He's a rat during the year. So he's the literal definition of the North box. Today is the 7th of October. The month starts tomorrow. He has a game today. He calls me to tell me, Mom, guess what? My son plays football. He plays a striker position, which is the number 9, the striker, right? That's what everything all his whole life he's played striker. So today, one day before the month begins, he's told that he's going to play midfield, the 10. Brand new position that he's never played in his life. For him, this is like his world collapsing because he doesn't know this position. Things are changing. What do you mean? Now tell me, is this a coincidence that the day before the energies are going to change? My son, who's a Gua 1, who's a right year person, is told everything is going to change. You're not going to play striker anymore because I think you're better playing this. Let's try you. And they literally say, let's try you for a month and see how it goes. Let's try and see how it goes. Again, can I call and complain and bitch about it? Yes, but why would I do that? Let's explore, because you have to go with the flow. Maybe he ends up loving the position and becomes great at it. So open yourself to whatever opportunities life gives you, okay? Northeast, my Gua 8 and women Gua 5 also. My Tiger people and my Ox people, okay? This is a combination of 10 right here and a Hitu combination. So this is great for networking, for people, for socializing, for collaborating, for communicating, for courage to begin, to start, to do everything you want to do. However, be careful with legal issues, fighting, arguing, disputes, gossip, and scammers. Be very careful. It is great for you to communicate. It is great for you to scam. Remember when we talked about before the real deception, that you can embellish your resume and make it sound better than it actually is? If you physically sit in the northeast sector of your property and you talk to that person, you can probably convince him that you're as good as your resume says it is, even though you're not, because you have the ability to scam. I know that word is not pretty, but be able to convince people of something that maybe is not as real as it is. This is a strategic execution in Feng Shui. This is how the big people do it, okay? So you can actually convince people, maybe convince them better than somebody that actually has the knowledge. So, but be careful if you're using the Northeast and people are not scamming you. Remember, just like you can give it, it has to be able to take it. So be careful with that, okay? But in general, it's a very good sector. It is very good for sports, but be careful with legal fighting and arguing. I'll tell you later on what we can do to reduce that a little bit, okay? And the east of your property, if you are a Gua 3, if you were born on the rabbit year, or if you use the east sector of your property, it is beautiful. Hitu combination and combination of 10. It is great for... this is fire, and it is being produced because fire in the east, which is wood, produces it. So definitely it is great for people knowing who you are, becoming famous, becoming influential. And later on, when we see the QiMen chart, you're going to see that the east is beautiful too. So I'm going to work this month from the east of my office with my back to the east, because it is beautiful for people to know who you are, people to recognize you, for you to become influential, for you to communicate and tell people. And just the center of your property, there's no animal. We have a Hitu combination, which I love. So it's great for investments and for profits. And yeah, there's money available there. If you can grab it, perfect. There's money there available to you. But remember, you have to be, it's available for very specific positions, very specific people. That's what it is. Okay. So now let's continue. Now let's talk about the remedies or anything that we can do to minimize a little bit of that energy. Remember in the, I'm sorry, I left this in Spanish, but you can figure it out. It's west, right? This is the west. If remember when we talk about the west with the rooster and the feeling attacked or controlled, you can put metal. You can put metal in the west of your property. I'm going to show you what my metal looks like. Let me show you in a second. This is a metal that I have right here. See, 15 pounds. 15 pounds. So basically, it's metal. It doesn't matter the color. It doesn't matter the shape. As long as it's metal, as long as it's heavy, as long as it's compact and solid, it's okay. I think my camera, I'm sorry, got a little bit blurry. Let me clear a little bit. Here we go. As long as it's solid, then you're going to place metal in the west of your property. And you're going to place metal in the north of your property. Remember when we talked about the north? All those things happening all at once. When are you going to do it? October 7th. I'm sorry, I know it already passed probably by the time you watch this video. That's okay. If not, October 10th, between 3 and 7 a.m. and 3 and 5 p.m. Okay? If you cannot do during those hours because you're at work or whatever, I understand, but at least you can do it during October 10th. And fire, remember we talked about the Northeast, which was great to become influential and people talking and everything, but there was the issue of scamming and legal issues and gossiping. You can put fire beginning on October 15th between 3 and 5 p.m. Fire is literally fire, a candle that is hot and burns. Then you can start doing that. But remember, if you reduce the gossipy, scamming energy, you're reducing everything too, okay? You cannot tell star 3, oh, just reduce the scamming and the aggressiveness and the legal issue part, but leave the rest. No, either you remove the star 3 or you leave star 3. So I'm gonna leave it up to you. You decide what you wanna do, okay? So those are the dates and the times for you to do it. If you cannot do it in those times, at least during those days. Okay, Shuang Kun Purple White. Shuang Kun Purple White is not flying stars. This is specifically for the people that know how to use Shuang Kun, okay? That know how to use Shuang Kun Purple White. Basically, the best sectors to use for Shuang Kun Purple White for health is the southeast, southwest, west, northeast, and east. And for wealth is the south, southwest, northwest, north, and northeast. And remember at the end that it needs to combine with your Gua. I just cover this very fast because this is specifically for people that know how to do this. If you do not know how to do this, do not even attempt to do this, okay? Do not even attempt to do it. So that's that. Now let's go into QiMen. Let's do QiMen, and then I have some activations for you guys. QiMen, very easy. If you have my QiMen chart, it's right here. You're going to look at it right here. It's in yellow, and it will tell you what your Destiny Palace is, just so that you know. In Spanish and English, everything is the same except west. West in Spanish, oeste. So wherever you see an O, just replace it with a W. That's it. Okay, that's it. Everything else is exactly the same. So basically, if you have mine, in this case, it will be the southwest. So this box belongs to you. I'll tell you later on what it means. I just want you to identify it. Okay? If you're using the Intuchi app, and I just want to also to let you guys know, like if you, well, let me use the one that's in English. If you have like the Intuchi app, that tells you also like what sector or palace in QiMen represents for you. Like for instance, here it says that the east is your reputation, the northwest is your wealth, the west is your family and soul. Then everything I say about that when I'm talking to you about it, you can relay it to that aspect of your life. When I'm talking about the northwest, this person can relate that to their wealth. But if in your case it says here family, then you relate that to your family life. I know this is a little bit more advanced. If not, do not worry. Just look at your Destiny Palace and that's it. Okay? And if you have Joey Yab's software, it tells you right here, southwest. So basically, I just gave you 3 options. Okay? So now, let's go. Let's talk about it. Okay, I added a few more things because I add more formations. So I'm going to repeat it again. Basically, your Destiny Palace, listen to me when I say about your Destiny Palace, and that's the energy that you have this month. However, if you hear that I say something else about another palace, that's the energy, oh my God, that's what I need this month, that you can connect and tap to that energy with your back to that energy. Not physically go, let's say, I said the east is wonderful, right? So you can connect to this energy with your back to the east, not necessarily in the east sector, with your back to the east, okay? So now let's start with the northwest, just because we're in the dog month, let's start with the northwest. Okay, remember that we talked about this already. This is good for reputation. This is good for fame. This is good for people to know who you are. This is good for you to be able to connect with people and understand what it is that they want. If I can connect with my audience, I know what it is that they want. Don't you think that I can give that to them and then become an influential, important person in their lives? So you people that have the Northwest as your Destiny Palace, or even as your Wealth Palace, this is great for money making through your good reputation, through your good name. Also, you have the fire hexagram, visible. People see you. Also, you have Ren with Bing. This is the sun shining on the ocean, reflecting. So this is a beautiful one. It has to do with QiMen and visiting your palace, your Destiny Palace. Or if you want to connect with your back to the Northwest this month to be able to obtain that, it is beautiful. The North is not the best this month, okay? It was not the best sectors. It's not the best in QiMen either. The North is not good for your health because we have grain, with tiger, with death and emptiness, with gun, with kun. This is a very slow month for you guys. So basically, what is my recommendation? And finish things that are bringing you bad health. Finish unhealthy habits. Give up smoking. Give up unhealthy eating. Finish those things. You might want to feel like you want to escape from the world, escape from many things, and just brush things under the rug. And it is not the time to do that. You need to focus on getting a better health for yourself. Okay? This month might feel eternal because it's Kun hexagram, death and emptiness. Okay, maybe you feel that you want to stop smoking and the days feel like forever, and when is this day going to end because you stop smoking, so now you want to smoke and the day going slow. So basically the north is not the best direction to use. However, if the north is your destiny palace, then you have it whether you want it or not. How do you fix it? Well, use your back to any of the other directions that we're going to talk about. Okay, you already have it. Doesn't mean you're stuck with it. Okay, doesn't mean you're stuck with it. Okay, now you know what challenge you can expect this month, but put your back to the other directions, and that's it. Okay. The Northeast is interesting because the Northeast has harmony, which is relationships, has pillar, which is communication, fear, which is a little volatile, death and emptiness. And then we have the Marsh hexagram. Basically, this means a lot of problematic relationships. A lot of problematic relationships. Okay, so if the Northeast is your destiny palace, or if it's your relationship palace, this month you might feel that you're arguing too much, or people don't understand you, or you don't understand people. So it's not the best direction to use. However, if the Northeast is your destiny palace, now you know, now put your back during the whole month to another direction that you can benefit with the energy that you want. Which brings me to the East. In my opinion, one of, if not the best this month. It's beautiful. It has the ability to have knowledge, professionalism, ability to create real deception, ability to create the life you want. We have Imperium Force, which is great for taking things to the next level, to do the next thing that you need to do, with the open door, which has to do with career, becoming the next thing, going up that ladder of success, becoming a leader. Great. We have Heaven Dune, which has to do with stability, sustainability, pursuing a career and a job, a project with fewer obstacles. We have Moon Thriving, which has to do with luck and mentors and noble people on your side. And Real Deception, the ability to get all of this and manifest the life you want. Now tell me, if not, the East is the best direction to use this month. So these two that were not maybe the best, then stay with your back to the East. And that's it. And you create a beautiful balance. And that's why it has a sunflower here and this one, because in my opinion, are the best two. The Southeast is interesting because the Southeast has snake with 6 stars, which is good for finding things, the ability to find things that are hidden, find things that you're looking for, maybe entrepreneurship, business opportunities, but you have the rest door. The rest door means that you're probably not going to want to take that much action. You probably don't want to do things, or you're too confident and think too cocky that you're too good to do. You're too good to think. You're too good to prepare. You're too good to study. So be careful that you don't get caught up in the I'm too good, I know how to do it all. And then at the end of the day, you don't do anything. So the Southeast is good for finding opportunity, finding things, and I like it for health too. It's very good for health. The South is my second favorite place. It is beautiful. It has the Chief, 7 stars, Ambassador, Life, and an Envoy, and this is very, very strong, which means this is money-making abilities. So this is money. If money is what you want, then you can back the South this month, or if the South is your destiny palace, or if the South is your money, your wealth palace, even better. There's a lot of wealth opportunities right here. But something that I want you guys to remember something too. When you are trying to remember what direction you to use, obviously we all say we want money, right? Money, okay. But when you want money, that is the last step. If you are thinking about opening up a new business, Money is not the direction that you want this month. Maybe you want noble people to help you. Maybe you want the knowledge or people with knowledge to help you that business. If you want people with knowledge to help you, maybe what you want to use is this right here, which we'll talk about it, which is knowledge. You want people, maybe here's where you need to go, people to help you with something. So this is money. This is great. And this is great to connect with people with money. I want clients. What kind of clients do I want? I want wealthy clients. Then this is, okay, the command with your back to the south, the wealthy clients that you want. No, I don't want wealthy clients. I want people that are smart academically and that have good knowledge. Then back to the west is where I have academics. We'll talk about it now. I want people that are not afraid to speak, to communicate, to express their mind. Who? Right here. Then my back to the northeast is where I'm going to connect with this. You understand? So it depends what you want. I know this takes a little bit of knowledge. You need to know QiMen more advanced. Just believe me, the south is great for wealth, for money, or for having contact with people with wealth. Okay? Now, the southwest, interesting because a lot of things happening. The southwest is earth, which is slow. But thunder hexagram, traveling horse, destructor hexagram, harm door. These are action, 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 southwest inaction. So a lot of things happening at once. You wanting to do things, maybe not wanting to do this. It could be back and forth. I want to do, I don't want to do. I want to do, I don't want to do. Now, can you do? Yes, you can do. Do I want you to do? Yes, I want you to do and take action because you have the harm door, which is good. But what I want you to do is think before you take action. Think before you take action. Don't just act because think can backfire later. Don't just act. Think before you act. Think before you take action. Think before you open up that business. Think before you go open up, filing the lawsuit. Think before you act. Okay, that is the main thing for the southwest because things can change really fast with the thunder hexagram and the traveling horse and the harm door and that is structure. Okay, now the last one that we have is the west. That west is really interesting because it has earth. Earth is very good for healing. It's very good for finding resources. It is also has assistant and it has delusion. Amongst many things, assistant and delusion is very good for academics. Remember I told you for academics, for learning, so it's very good for that. But it's also is good for concealing things, for hiding scenes, for working behind the scenes, for people not to see you, for you to plan your next strategy, for you to plan your next launch, for you to plan your next step, your next big move behind the scenes. But again, it's also very good for academics and knowing and meeting people with a lot of academic knowledge. Okay? Okay? So that is QiMen. Now I'm going to give you guys the last part of the video is the activations that I have prepared for you guys. So let's go ahead and proceed with that. Okay? And I'll share with you guys this presentation on Monday. I put it in my Telegram channel. Most of you have it. If not, please comment here in YouTube and I'll give you the link. Okay. I apologize. Obviously, this is in Spanish, but believe me, it's okay. I'll tell you what to do. On the 12th of October, we have an initiate day with a favorable Dongon rating. What are you going to do? You need to follow the instructions directly, okay? It has to be on this day, and it has to do between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. your local time. When your time says that you don't have to adjust, you don't have to convert, it is what it is. During that time, okay, it's 11, you're going to sit with your back to the southwest, back to the southwest. And here it is. It is great for fame. What are you going to do? You can command that you're going to have the fame that you want. But the best thing for you to do is that day, sit with your back to that direction during that time and post a video, do a live, post a new project, a new product that you're doing, whatever it is that you want to be famous for, an article that you wrote, anything that you want to be known for. I'd rather you do that than just simply command. So take action. You have 2 hours to do it. You can record a video. You can have a post ready. And at that time, sit back to the southwest and post. You can be in your car. You can pretend to go to the bathroom if you're at work. So there's no excuses. You can find the time to do it if you plan. And you have plenty of time. Today's the 7th. You have plenty of time to do it. Okay. The next one that we have is the 14th of October. The 14th of October, remember, is the eclipse. So you shouldn't be doing too many things anyway out in the streets. So we have 2 activations for that day. On the 14th of October, between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m., back to the east, it is great for knowledge, for fame. What does that mean? It's not for you to put the product, to post the video, to post the course. It's for you to sit down and find ways or strategies or how you can better become more famous, become more influential, become more knowledgeable about the tools that you need to do to be able to have more followers. Okay? Is to have the knowledge for that. The same day, and remember, you don't have to do this all, you only do the ones that you think you need. The other one is the same day between 1 and 3 p.m. Now it's back to the north. It is great for health and healing. So you can I command that my health is perfect, my body is working in divine order, or you can sit with your back to the north, call your doctor for the lab work, coordinate the CT scan that you have to do the lab work that you have to do, whatever that you have to do relating for health, back to the north during that time. The next one is Sunday, the 15th of October. It is a beautiful success date. Excellent Dongon rating. We have 2 activations also between 5 and 7 a.m. 5 and 7. I'm sorry if you don't see it here. I'm not sure if my picture might be covering, but I'm telling you, 5 and 7 a.m. at back to the northeast. It is great for relationship and love. You can either sign up for online dating. You can contact the person you want to talk to. You can command that you're going to find the person that you want to share your life with, or that you want to better your relationship with your brother and your sister. Whatever it is, you do it during that time. Again, only if you need to. If you don't need it, you don't need to. Same thing during that day between 9 and 11 a.m. back to the northwest. It is great for career, for wealth, and for business growth. Okay, so this is a beautiful, beautiful day that you can use in the morning right here for relationship and love. And then later on, you can use it for career, business, and wealth, whichever one you need. Okay, don't just do them all to do them. Do them if you need them. If you don't need them, don't do them. I think I have 2 more for you guys. The 17th of October, beautiful day because it's a heavenly pardon day. So please use this day to forgive yourself for anything that you might think you need forgiveness for, and also to forgive other people. And if somebody asks you for forgiveness, please accept, okay? And forgive yourself, which is the hardest thing to do. But aside from that, we have 2 things we can do today. This is an open day with an excellent Dongon rating and a golden lock. It is a beautiful, beautiful day for wealth, okay? So between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. back to the southeast, great for career, business, and wealth. You can command, but what I'd rather you do is sit there, back to the southeast, call, email, investigate, plan, strategy, do with your back to the southeast. If not, between 1 and 3, if you miss this time, between 1 and 3, now it's back to the west for the same thing. So basically, if you miss this one, you have this one. It's so that this one is southeast, this one is west. Okay? That's that. Now, the last one that I have for you guys is November 6th. Between 3 and 5 p.m., 3 and 5 p.m., back to the south. It is great for spirituality and meditation, but specifically things related to wealth. Because if you know a little bit about QiMen, this is a beautiful, beautiful wealth formation that we have right here. Life ambassador being, and everything that is here, it is great for wealth. So it is great if you can command, manifest, meditate to see and visualize, because this is heaven. Visualize how your financial life looks like, how does financial independence look like. Do not focus on the problem, focus on how does my life look like once everything that is issues with money is resolved. Okay, you can use mantras, you can use whatever it is that you feel connects you in meditation, spirituality. You know, I'm nobody to tell you how to connect with spirituality. You know how to do that. Okay, that is all I have for you guys. I hope that you find all this information useful. Again, I apologize that I was not able to do it live for you guys, but well, here's the information. I will post this in my Channel channel on Monday. I will post the PDF like I do every month. Please let me know if you have any questions. Please help each other out with any questions that you have. And I am going to be gone pretty much the whole month of November. I'm going to go to Kuala Lumpur. I'm going to be there for almost 2 weeks. Hopefully I get to meet some of you guys over there in Thrive, and I'll be there so we can go out to lunch. I would love to hang out with you guys. Then after that, I'm going to go to Germany for a week. I'm going to meet my son for Thanksgiving, and we're going to be there for Thanksgiving. And then after that, I'm going to go with him for Spain for a week and a half. He's going to be playing in Spain, so I'm going to go ahead and follow him in Spain. So mama mode. So nothing, I just wanted to share that with you guys. So nothing, thank you so much for taking the time for watching this video, please comment, please give it a like, and thank you so much for your support always. See you guys next month. Bye-bye.